Hello, welcome to today's collective general reading. As always, remember to use your own discernment, drawing with intention, and allow the message to be received with an open heart. A quantum reminder, we are speaking through symbol and story here, so please do not rely on tarot readings as factual evidence. You are always encouraged to do your own research, especially when engaging with strangers on the internet. So we have some fun little updates. Hello. I have finally unlocked memberships on YouTube as of today. So those are live. I'm still figuring out what everything is going to be, but I'm pretty sure the pluralities tier is going to be where you get a monthly live call and weekly readings. I know what I've been doing mainly on this channel is trying to bridge, trying to teach something, trying to illustrate through something. And I think that is now going to be moving behind inside pluralities. So it can be a continuous telling. And the public readings will be more collective, general, for those who find fit. So that will be linked in the description, I believe. If not, I think you can't do it on a phone. You would need to go to a computer to log onto the YouTube website. I think that's how you would subscribe for memberships. You will also find in the description a link to my Substack, which hosts the 444 Collective, where the signal is active, and my Buy Me a Coffee, where you can purchase some personal readings as well as experimental integration sessions. So these are going to be looking a little different, and here we go. So I'm recording this on Saturday, 25th, 2026, 72526, 778. And we are currently, I believe, don't quote me, still in the middle of Barbalt's basket. And people have all these different opinions and thoughts on it. That's fine. To each. What I've noticed is that it's allowed me to lock in to this earth path having been chosen. And so it's less about what is this cosmic thing? What is the answer to all this? How can everything intertwine? And it's actually bringing me back. It's bringing, not back down. It's bringing me into a newly integrated ground. And so that, I don't think that those windows closed based on a day on the calendar. So if that is something that you're interested in, I highly recommend you look up the astrology that's happening right now, specifically with the outer planets forming a sacred geometric shape, with more things that I don't have the comprehension to copy and paste over to you verbally here now. And off we go. I was putting away Steph's deck. Hello. And one of her cards here fell. And so I do feel that this is just, I'm going to have off to the side if there's something that you see here. I'm seeing, it's almost like early 2000s 16 animated style. I'm seeing kind of like a face, and down here's the mouth with the eye very close, going kind of So I don't see it as a threatening or intimidating anything. I just see it as little visitor, kind of a fairy energy. Now we're going back to basics. All of the basics have newly evolved. So we have this labradorite, we have malachite, malachite active, and moonstone, ancient Lemuria, and I believe it's what kind of obsidian? Not mahogany obsidian. A kind, can't remember. But this here specifically is something deeply rooted inside shadow coming through a cosmic telling light, through this own intuition that you are choosing to forge forward through. Okay, so we're going to do some cards. I'm wanting these public readings to be, it'd be nice if they were under 20 minutes, but definitely aiming for under 30. Now, I burned 3 of my fingers earlier today, and so I cannot shuffle the same. And that was also something too, is that The newly formed habits that you have created have already shifted. It's kind of like you decided, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. every day and I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna whatever, which are big goals. And that's a whole other conversation for choosing something so big if that's not what you're used to. But whatever it is, this new habit that you've formulated inside your daily, it's already shifting. And it's reminding me of how in manifestation, it's what you ask for will likely not come as how you expect it to arrive. Yeah, no? Okay, interesting. Hello, 34, June companions. Yes, thank you. There's one more for movement, please. Thank you. Yep. So what I'm getting is this, as this duality in earth grid, there is a shaping. Yes, again, it's the bottom of the deck is the top of the deck. It's there's all this newness inside packed within. So let's see what we have. So this is going to be a temporal portal. I'm going to cover that. Let's see. Now that I mentioned mahogany, I'll do this. So we have Leonardo's Vitruvius Man, number 32, with number 34, June companions. And tying this in next with I see, it's you're now seeing what inspires you from an entirely new light. Whether this is an artistry of some kind, this is something with your family, your community, your career, your home life, your finances, your business, your love life. There's something that you're seeing in a whole new light and you're not scared of it. And perhaps you are someone who is typically frightened by the new. Yeah. 43 hexagon mirroring this 34 we have over here. We have 64 love and power, the final of the deck, and 52 invoking the infinite. And this yellow is showing up for me as it was with this bottom inside the middle. I am getting innovation and invitation. And here I'm getting, it's like you're calling upon this honeybee energy. And yes, with the seed of life here, but I'm specifically seeing there is one queen and it takes an entire colony or group or collective. It's not doing something on your own. And so perhaps that's something new that's been coming up for you, is doing things relationally, not doing things in isolation, choosing to rely on your family, your loved ones, your community members, your friends, new people in your life. Here with this 6 duality and 39 earth grid, we have a 6 and a 5 backwards, and we have these 2 circles. I'm seeing 2 circles here. I'm seeing a circle split in 2, and there's something about the doubling of the half. Let's do a little tarot. Okay. 5 of Spires, 5 of Swords. So whatever it is about addressing this isolating tendency that you have had. That's a thick one. 8 of Swords. So it's all based in your faith. And faith we can talk about in a spiritual sense, but also having faith in yourself, having faith in where life has gotten you so far, it comes back. Just what is this? I'm seeing here we have circles inside square, and we have this like sort of almost like a pulsating out, like a vroom, vroom, vroom. There's this deep, interesting, a deep nocturnal energy knocking at the door. And here I see we have earth grid, and it's earth on 2 sides, both sides, whatever you want to say, top and bottom, but it is the tips in connection. So what is recently in connection that perhaps, think back 6 months ago, whatever it is that's suddenly working out and clicking now, if you were 6 months ago to think about having this now? Would you say that's too much, that's impossible, I wouldn't be able to handle that, that would be so overwhelming, etc., etc.? Clarifying that, yeah, with the Nine of Stones, with the Nine of Pentacles, all of this beauty is coming into place, and it's coming in through connection. And what I'm seeing here through invoking the infinite, yes, we have these hands coming down here, and we have infinity here, and I see this DNA spiral. And to me, when I see that, I also see this as a heart, and I perhaps am not seeing something else it wants to be. I'm not wearing my glasses. But I'm seeing there being more, and it's not just you. There is a heart beating nearby. And that pulsation is a drum calling you in, bringing you inside touch. And you have faith, although not knowing what is inside of it, that this will come through at the divine time it is meant to be. Not when you want it. It's not how it works. 11:11. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. And you're still getting, just for that you're still getting your bearings. You're still figuring out what wants to come moved through where, when. We have 8 of Spires. We have King of Stones. We have Page of Stones. We have 2 of Tides. Can you see these? Not quite. That's okay, we can adjust. Nothing is written in stone, even though we're looking at these stones here. What we're missing for this, there's no knight or queen. We have the beginning and the end. You know what I mean? Although what a shallow way to view Page to King as a beginning and an end, as if anything ever begins or ends. You've been working towards it. And I'm seeing here with it having Leonardo's name here, you've been putting your name to something. You've been trying to stamp some kind of existence. You've been trying to enlighten your path by illuminating yourself. And perhaps what you used to do, as I need some water for this, we need some queen energy, thank you very much. Perhaps you used to double, triple down, and that was your style. What's happening now is humbly going back to being a student and understanding it's not about forever a student until you are forever a teacher. It's the fluidity in shifting before, through, and with, right? I may be a student to some and a teacher to others. I may feel that I am a student in some way, and in being a student in the way that I am teaching my teacher. You know what I mean? It's not about, thank you, it's not about these stuck, frayed dynamics. It's about the fluidity that you can find in between. But you need to bring in your own horsepower, knight energy, and you need to be able to be balancing through your own emotions with this queen energy that is missing here. And I see that you're trying. I see that you're starting at a new beginning. Again, having faith that this will lead to where it needs to be. Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to go? What's a goalpost? Let's see. Okay. North. And again, we have this North Star holding on by a thread. Two more. Thank you. On bottom, we have 17, protection, cave. I'm getting 17 as the 8 is the abundance, and you have had more than enough time in isolation. Yeah, as I hear a car beep outside, confirmation there. It is time to step outside of the realms. I'm seeing this earthen shape here, mirroring this. And it's at this tip to top now. You are switching your perspective. You are evolving. Oh, pardon me. I know my hands are not as dexterous as I would like them to be right now. Okay, so first we have number 13, a 4, solitariness. Solitariness? Yeah, desert. So again, perhaps a starting point. This is similar to the last card that was on the bottom of the deck. And there's solitary is not the same as isolation. Isolation is being removed, cut off from the connection with others. Solitary is simply being alone. And there is that choice. You can be alone and not be lonely. You can be lonely and not be alone. You're playing with this inner saboteur is what came through, but this inner dynamic. I'm seeing these birds up here, and 2 on one side, then 1 on the other. And the 2 birds here are on the more sturdier side of the branch, and still the wood flows through the wind and the birds find. So even though you are in solitary, you are not alone. And I am seeing this as spirit. It could be the connections you have in your life. It could be spirit family. It could be people in the collective. Could just be humanity. We are all in this together, despite how hard they fight for us to divide. These 2 I'm getting are coming together. We have 28, joy, music, and 5 to make equal, the equator. Now, I am getting this as music, joy, creation, shared community, connection. Also getting, what is it that brings it together? Oh my goodness. I'm seeing the moon here and the earth here. The mirroring. And this is a blue sky with a white orb, and this is a white sky with a blue orb. That's very interesting. Again, these orbs are coming through, right? And it's, how does your vibration change when you are with others? Try and pay attention to that. Witness that. Are there people that you are sharing oh yes, we need to get to this, that you are sharing time and space with, and when you leave them, you are exhausted? Pay attention to that. Are there people who that when you spend time with them, you feel energized and livened and excited? Pay attention to that. When you spend time with yourself, do you feel energized? Do you feel drained? Do you feel isolated or solitary? What is this timed factor here? Getting this in relation with ancient Lemuria and this obsidian here. Something coming full circle from an old tilt. 63, tree vessel. I am seeing this in connection to the tree birds here. And how, ooh, yeah, it's getting you out of bed, off the chair, out of your house. It's starting that. Here we have from the crown chakra, we have Antakarana, divine connection with spirit, as I call it. And what I'm seeing here is these branches that are coming out and holding this bird are actually hands coming through this tree vessel. The intention behind the grasping, pushing, motioning, movement. The fire in your belly, the embers rising. Not as destruction, as ember to flame. Okay, so we're gonna get you a card from the alchemical deck. A bit of energetic persuasion and direction. Now, I can't shuffle these with my hands right now, so we'll do a cut, and then we'll do a sense. the peacock's tail. I am seeing the movement of light here, very similar to this invoking the infinite. And if you've been watching me for a while, I'm the energy movement of this that I don't know how to put words into. Yes. And this is not overtaking or overshadowing your faith. It's layering. You no longer only need to have faith because you're now living it. And it's not about I have proof, therefore I have enough. But you've been doing so much of the work that you no longer need to fake it till you make it. You are here. So let's read this for you. Okay. Have some water, my goodness. I don't know where you were, but man, it's humid. Okay. The peacock's tail, full vision, the spectrum, inclusivity. The peacock's tail is a sacred image in alchemy. The mesmerizing display of tail feathers opens to mark the alchemist having shifted from single to multi-perspective. This is a great achievement. The alchemist has opened 1,000 sets of eyes instead of one. They've discarded black and white thinking and allowed the full spectrum of colors, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. Creative solutions to complex social and political polarities can be found in this sacred space. The force field of possibilities has opened, and the alchemist has entered a new paradigm belonging to multiplicity, dimensionality, and inclusion. Utilize this perspective for positive change while it lasts. When falling back into black and white thinking, as any alchemist will do, envision the splendor of the peacock's tail. Each feather contains a shimmering universe of possibility. To ponder 1,000 eyes. Well, you know me, I talk about pluralities. And so this does feel very aligned with what it is that we are carving together through this channel vine. I'm seeing yes, there is a core, and okay, let's break this down a little bit, shall we? In here, we have all this stuff going on. We have a pearl of some sort. We have a moon. We then have solar flares, I will say, coming out from that. We have beautiful vines and basket. And then further out, we have all of these dots, not in a uniform and still in alignment. What if this is some view of collective consciousness? What if there is a layer of this is you, your core, your spark, you balancing your divine, feminine, and masculine, and you learning how to ground into the earth. We are on earth. We are in space. And we are on earth. This is why we're here now. If so much of your spiritual journey is focused with, I wish I was somewhere else, sorry to say, that's not where you are this time. And you are here for a reason. You might not like it, but you know what? Buckley's, it tastes awful and it works. Sometimes what you need is what you have to go through. And what I'm seeing here is this glimmerance of spirit family, of a collective, of humans on similar, and not only humans, all members of an ecosystem. Would be the trees, would be the water, would be the squirrels, would be the moose, would be the beaver, would be all creatures. And you are learning how to be in a strengthened orbit. And the less shaking, and you know, like an air hockey table and how they just kind of boom, 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 like glide over, and you can have like chaotic gliding. What you are learning to do, what you are practicing to perfecting, as we just passed like 2-4-4-4, this split double mission, is how to remain inside balance with the world around you, not fight it, not push, but to hover. Because what you want isn't always going to show up at your doorstep every day. And one day it will. And probably not at all like you thought it would. And so this is about learning how to be here when you don't see the peacock's tail, feather almost said. But when you are still inside this dark forest, you are still here. Even if you can't see it, you are learning how to sense and feel. So the encouragement that I'm getting from over here is looking more into your divine feminine, looking at some stories that you tell yourself, perhaps about what you deserve, how you should show up, if you're too much, if you're too little, if you're not enough. What is it that you tell yourself that makes you believe that isolation is what solitary should look like? You are misusing your own kindred space. Okay. Thank you for being here. If this message resonates with you, you can like this video, comment down below, or subscribe to hear from me more often. Stay tuned.